And welcome back
to Marriage Beyond the Veil. Okay, when I say the four horsemen of the apocalypse, what do you think about?
What do I think about?
Yeah.
I try not to think about any of it. Why?
I was just curious.
Okay.
It means nothing to you?
Of course. We're talking about the end of the world and all that wonderful apocalyptic stuff.
But right. Okay. So there is a therapist. His name is John Gottman. And he basically has a 90% rate of counseling couples and being able to predict whether or not their marriage is going to work.
Based on the four horsemen of the...
Okay. So his four horsemen of the apocalypse are criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. All right, and so I really want to do one of these one at a time. So we're going to start with criticism.
Okay.
All right, so today I just want to talk about criticism and so how dangerous criticism can be in a marriage and in a relationship.
Well, when you talk about criticism, I think criticism has a negative connotation. Mm-hmm. However, to make a critique is an assessment. It can be a judgment. Mm-hmm. It can be an assessment. So it depends on what one is critiquing and why one is critiquing. You know, what are you addressing and what's the motivation? Everything gets back to, those things. So, one of the traditional things that women will ask their loved ones, does this dress make my butt look big? Do these pants make me look fat? That kind of stuff.
Don't fall for it.
And you're asking for a critique.
A critique. If you really want the critique.
But most times when you ask the question, don't you really know? and do you really want the truth? You want the one that you love to look at you through the eyes of love and say, no, darling.
But that's different. A critique is different from being in a relationship with someone that's constantly
being critical.
When someone's constantly criticizing every single thing that you do. And, I've had conversations with women who are in relationships with someone, and if they cook something, well, that wasn't good, or
that's not how my mama make it,
or if they're doing something for the children, that's not right, or how come you didn't do this, or I don't like the way you make the bed, or
so there's no appreciation or gratitude
right.
for anything, is what I'm hearing you say.
Right, and the way that you come at someone is like you said. If I ask you, well, how do I look in this dress, and you can say, oh, well, it's okay, probably not your best dress or whatever. Mm-hmm. I have to accept what you're saying as a critique because I asked you.
Yes, but you're talking about unsolicited.
Well, and if you're in a relationship where you're constantly being criticized for every single
I'm saying, but
yeah,
is there a difference when you invite the critique as opposed to?
Oh, definitely, if you ask.
Look. You said that with power and authority.
Well, I mean, it's true. If you ask somebody something.
No, I get it.
Yeah, so I mean.
But in a love relationship. Mm-hmm. So, are you saying that one doesn't have the, let's say, I don't want to say the right, but it's not acceptable for one to be able to offer a critique?
It's different if you're offering a critique and you know that it's coming from a place of love,
right?
Or if someone's criticizing you just because that's what they like.
They're trying to belittle you. They're trying to demean you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're never. Here's the thing: if I'm trying to go up a step, mm-hmm. and I'm trying to make this situation, this relationship better, and I'm trying to go up the steps, but every time I go up the step, you pull me down 2 more. I'm never going to get up here, and it's never going to get there. And so I know that when you talk about criticism versus critique, that's the difference. If someone's constantly pulling you down or tearing you down.
So how much of this gets back to one's perception, though? Because in a relationship, one could be offering a critique, mm-hmm. an assessment, mm-hmm. With very genuine desire, but it's perceived as an attack. It's perceived as something negative when that was not the manner in which it was given.
Yes, and I understand that because I actually know someone that has that type of relationship. But here's the thing. If everything that you say to a person is always in a negative connotation, mm-hmm. and you're never ever praising them for anything that they actually do well, or even if it's partially, okay, well,
a backhanded compliment. Right.
Okay, exactly.
Right. Yeah,
then
okay.
you have to ask yourself, is that person really trying to critique you to lift you up
I'm not
or better you?
I'm not speaking about in those instances. I'm speaking about when it's a genuine desire to try to elevate,
And
to
that's,
try
yeah.
to encourage, to
And
try
there
to
is a
promote.
difference.
Yeah.
There is a difference.
Well, but that's our time for now. It looks like we're not going to get off this first horse for a while. Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.